So, first thing when you get your dog home, take him out of the car to his designated potty spot. Put him on the ground and say, go potty. Now he probably will have to go potty if you've had a long drive home. When he's pottying, tell him good boy. You might even, the first few days that you have him, every time you tell him potty and he goes potty outside, give him a little treat, but definitely praise him highly.
You peed. Did you pee? I'm so happy. I'm so happy you peed. I'm very happy you peed.
His potty schedule starts at 6 o'clock in the morning. I let him out at 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9. And then if I'm up past 9 o'clock, I let him out one more time before I go to bed. If that's 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock or 12 o'clock, whatever, I let him out one more time if I'm up past 9. And then he goes into his crate for the evening. So he will go all night, you know, when you keep him in his crate in the evening. Wait, wait. Okay, good job. We've been practicing steps because I don't want him running down the steps. So what I do is at each step I say, wait. I take a step down. Okay, step. Okay. Step. 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 Thank you. Good job. Step. Step. Good job, my boy. Not in front of me. Step. Step. Come on, you can go faster. Step. 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 There's my boy. There's a good job for the boy. So, these are just some of the things that you want. Left, please. Easy. Left, please. Thank you. I use the term left for him to get placed at my side in the ready position to move forward. And I always keep him on my left side. If you switch sides back and forth, he will have a tendency to run in front of you or run behind you. Absolutely don't want that. I don't ever let him cross in front of me. I don't ever switch hands and cause him to do that. Left. Thank you. So that was steps. I would recommend having your dog on leash and taking him into the room that you're going to primarily, where you're primarily going to have him, wherever his X-pen is, like in the family room or the living room, where you want to have him where you're going to be. You don't want to have him off in the bedroom if the whole family, you know, is in the family room most of the time. You want to have his pen where he's with you, because this is not a punishment. It's just a containment. So I would unleash, walk him around the perimeter of your living room and let him smell everything, because it's going to be, everything is brand new where he's going. When he goes with you, everything is brand new. So it's almost like, you know, you have to reinforce the training over again because it's a completely new environment. So take him on a leash around the house, let him smell everything. If there's certain rooms that you don't want him to go into, that's the time to address that. When you get to the doorway, if he goes to go in, you give him a slight jerk. Nope. I use no for all the behavior that I don't want. I don't have different words. It's a very simple word, and if they understand what that means, and Ezee knows what the word no means, you can use it for anything that you don't want him to do. The other word that I use a lot is leave it, and that is when he is engaging something with his mouth. It can be his lips or his teeth, and I don't want him to have it. I say leave it, and he backs away from it immediately. So I don't have a lot of different words for behavior that I don't want. It's just no. So if he gets on the couch and you don't want him on the couch, no. and you lead him off the couch. When you're sitting on the couch, if you want him on the couch, you invite him up. Everything that he does, he should be looking to you to see, is this okay? You have to make your rules, your house rules, really clear to him. What's okay and what's not okay. It can't be okay to get on the couch when the kids are home, but not okay to be on the couch when mom and dad are home. Everybody has to have the same rules. So either it's okay on the couch or it's not okay. Either it's okay to be in the, in the library, or it's not okay to be in the library. Know what your rules are and enforce those rules and be consistent. Every person in the pack, all the human pack members, have to be doing the same thing. They have to be using the same words. They can't be using different, like or uh-oh. Everybody needs to be using the same words. No. So, I mean, as you go on in your training, you can pick your own words, but everybody in the family has to use them. So consistency is really important. You must have rules. They want rules. They need rules. They need to know what is expected, what you expect of them in your house. So be clear on what your rules are. So throughout your dog's life, you're going to be periodically giving them medication, either in the form of either in the form of liquid or pills. So I start them out when they're puppies, loving to take medicine. And I used to use baby food, but recently what I've been doing, because I ran out of baby food, is peanut butter. And I find that since I always have that in the house, and they like it just as much, and it's healthy, that I've switched over to peanut butter. I do, however, carry it in a little baby food jar so that it's already, it's already ready for me. So if you were going to give liquid medication, what you would do is draw your medication up into your syringe, stick that under the water and get the medication off the edge. Easy, easy. Place. Thank you. Get your medication in your syringe, and then just kind of rub the edges around in the peanut butter and everything so that they get, a decent taste of it. It's got to be worth it. Easy. You want your peanut butter? You want your peanut butter? Look what I got. And I put it in, so that I could shoot the medicine into his mouth slowly. I'm not trying to pull any tricks on him. He's willing to take the medicine because I give him something that he likes, which is peanut butter. And then once the medicine, once he's taken the medicine, I let him spend the time licking the peanut butter off. And that little noise that you hear in the background is another puppy who knows what's happening here, and he wants his peanut butter. So you actually get your dogs looking forward to taking medicine. If it was a pill, you can just take the pill, take a dollop or a teaspoon of peanut butter, stick the pill in, and let them lick the peanut butter, and the pill goes right down, and there's absolutely no problem with taking medication. When you get your puppy, I recommend that you make a vet appointment to take your puppy in while he's well, just so that the vet gets to know the dog. He's got the dog's weight. He's checked the dog out to make everything, make sure everything's the way it's supposed to be. And then if you have an emergency, you have a vet that you already know and trust. And it also makes a difference in the cost. If you just go to a vet that you've never been to on an emergency basis, it's very costly. So set up your vet, get your vet appointment, and make sure it's a vet that you feel comfortable and trust. So in addition to setting up your vet, although your vet will probably tell you this, but in case your vet doesn't tell you, you should talk to him about a worming schedule. Dogs need to be dewormed, and it's an oral medication that you take. And also flea and heartworm. And I'm talking to my Washington people here. I know California heartworm is a problem. I don't know what other states, but your vet will be very clear on what states. And we use Advantix Plus, I believe. I'm not sure about that, so take the we use out. Anyway, so you definitely want to speak to your vet about a regular worming schedule and then a monthly flea and heartworm treatment. That's very, very important to take care of the parasite situation with your dogs. When you get your dog ready, like when I'm putting on the jacket, I say, let's get ready. And that's indicating to him that we're going to go to work. When that jacket is on, the service jacket, I'm talking about the service vest, we're working. And he's in a different state of mind than he is when I just like have a halter and a leash on him. When I have a halter and a leash, he tries all kinds of stuff. I mean, if he sees somebody, he's going to just go over there. There's a clear difference to him between when it's okay to be crazy and play and do all those things and when we're working. So I start with putting on the service vest. I say, okay, let's get ready to go to work. And then I do not allow misbehavior when he has the vest on. It's just that clear. You have to be consistent. So when the vest is on, we're working. There's a certain set of behavior. When the vest is off, anything goes. Not anything, but he knows the difference. So we're going to go through some basic grocery store etiquette. Particularly in grocery stores, you want to watch for food on the ground because your dog is going to want to eat the food on the ground. Of course, he's not allowed to eat anything. He's not allowed to touch anything with his mouth. He will smell. I mean, there's just a myriad of smells, of food smells in a grocery store. So this is a new grocery store. We've never been here before. So I'm allowing him to smell, but he doesn't get to like lick anything or touch anything with his mouth. But he is allowed to smell as we go. But I'm watching the floor for pieces of food. I clearly don't want him picking up something that's on the floor that I have no idea what it is. So if we come across a piece of food, you'll hear me say, leave it. And he's been trained that leave it means back away. Good job, good job. So we have little morsels of food here in the produce section. And when I see him approaching one, I just say, leave it. And he does. That's my boy. My boy's tired. Oh, my sweet boy, yes. I want to take a minute and talk about sliding doors. It's really important that you introduce your dog to the sliding doors because they're on grocery stores and doctor's offices and hospitals and things like that. So the way that you would want to do it is to stand back away from the door in a nice place, out of the way, so people coming in and going out. Left, easy left, left. And just allow him to see and experience people going in and out of the door, and let him hear the door and let him smell the smells as the door opens before you go into the left. Are you anxious to get in there? So he doesn't seem to be afraid. Some dogs will actually be afraid as you're standing in front of a building and the doors move. So you want to move a little bit away from the doors if the dog appears to be afraid. He doesn't seem to be afraid at all. So after maybe 2, 3 people came in and out and the doors open and closed, if he's still just like this, being the perfect sweet dog that he is, Mwah. Then I'd step a little closer until I was with maybe 2 or 3 feet, within 2 or 3 feet of the door. So it's just a little tip. When you're introducing your dog to new things, do it in small steps. See where his threshold of fear, if there is any, is, and do it slowly. Don't just rush right into it. Okay? You want to smell the flowers? Let's go in those doors. Let's go in those doors. That's too fast for me. That's too fast. Too fast. Thank you. So, we're at St. Peter's Hospital, and we're going to have Ezee get on an elevator, right? So, this is his first elevator, so I'm not going to get him right up close to the door. So he wasn't affected by the door opening at all, which is great. Ezee, this way. This way. So we're going to go up a floor and then come back down. All right, let's go. Good job. Absolutely no incident whatsoever. He was a little bit shaky because of the movement of the floor underneath him, which could be frightening for anyone for the first time the floor is moving. But he absolutely did it like a star. This is my boy. He's my boy. He did a good job. He did a good job. So he gets lots of praise, lots and lots and lots. This is my boy. I'm proud. I'm proud of my boy. Okay, let's go. Too fast for me. Okay, so what we want to talk about is greeting. Let's talk about greeting dogs first. When you first have your service dog at home, I recommend that every place that you go, wherever that is, the grocery store, the 7-Eleven, gas station, or whatever, every place that you go, for the first week, I recommend that you don't allow greeting. It's just for him to get to know that you're calling the shots. And if you allow greeting every single time, which is going to be really, it's hard not to let people come over and pet the dog. It really is. And it's hard not to let other dogs come over and greet. So I know it's hard not to let your dog greet everybody because Royal Frenchels are so gregarious and so friendly. They want to meet everybody. But for the first week, I would just tell people, you know, you're training your dog is working, and you really appreciate it if they just admire him from afar. And then, you know, after the first week, then you can pick and choose, because I'm telling you, if you let everybody pet your Royal Frenchel that wants to, you're never going to get it. You're not going to be able to accomplish anything in your day's tasks because everybody wants to get to know these dogs. So the way you greet a person is you can just tell your dog, Ezee knows, I say it's okay to greet. Ezee, okay, greet.
Ezee, come greet me. Hi. Hi, Ezee. Hi. Hi. You smell like a dog.
I do the same thing with a dog. If I'm going to allow him to greet the dog, I say, okay, Ezee, greet. And then he and the dog can get to know each other and do the smelling and stuff like that. So it's always your decision, and he needs to look to you to see whether it's okay to greet or not. And greet is just, okay, greet. So we're here at the Mercado restaurant, and we're going to just go over a little bit of restaurant etiquette. First of all, Ezee place. Thank you. So I always carry a pad, a nice, comfortable, cushioned, soft pad so that when we go to places, even like the doctor's office sometimes, easy place. Place. Thank you. That's a good job. So that he has a comfortable place to be on the floor. Especially, you know, if the floors are not so clean. So his pad is on the floor, and the way I get him on his little pad is I say the word place, and that's his job. Easy, place. No. Place. So when I say place, he goes over, he sits down, and he looks up at me. And then, of course, I give him praise. When you're dealing with a young dog like this, Easy is 4 months old. Easy, place. Yes. I reward him both with praise and with food. Right now, Easy's been working. We've been taping a video for over 2 hours, and he's really tired. So I want this to be as fun for him as it possibly can. Easy, place. Good job, my boy, thank you. So I say the word place, he walks over, sits down, and looks at me and waits for other instructions. So your service dog clearly should not be touching your food when you're eating it. A lot of restaurants don't like the dogs to be on the seat so much, but I put him there because he'll usually just lay down and go to sleep on his little pad, especially if you're going to hang out at a restaurant and have drinks and chat and whatever. I try to make it nice for the dog, but he's clearly not allowed to have anything on the table. So when they bring the food, of course he's going to be interested, and he's going to put his nose up in the air, and he's going to smell, and I allow him. See what he's doing right now? I allow him to do that. But if he makes any moves for the food, the command is leave it. Leave it. Leave it. So you can see him smelling. Leave it. And licking his lips. Leave it. So his job is he needs to ignore my food, which he's done. It's my sweet boy. This way, my boy. This way, this way. So when I'm traveling with my service dog, I don't always take him into every location. Sometimes I just have to pop in really quick to someplace. Good job. Easy, seat. Seat. So, the minute I open up the door, he has to get onto his seat, and the command is just seat. And then while we're driving, Easy, seat please. Hey, seat, thank you. So all 4 paws have to be on the seat. They can't be 1 paw on my seat. Seat means his seat. And while we're driving, he is not allowed to come onto my lap, touch me, run around, go anywhere. Seat. Easy. So he's not allowed to touch me or come on me at all while I'm driving. Now he most of the time just lays there and goes to sleep or chews his little chew. He also travels in the crate. I just love having him right here because he's such a great traveler. And you should get, if you're going to travel with your dog in the passenger seat, should definitely get a safety harness that works with your seat belt. We're going to take a little spin around the block here. Ezee's in his seat, and as I explained, he's not allowed to get on me when the car is moving or touch me. He's not allowed to do anything except sit or lay on his seat. I, however, am privileged, and I get to reach over, and without taking my eyes off the road, I just love on him while we're driving. I do. I just love on my boy. I love on my boy. Sometimes he'll roll over and put his tummy up for tummy rubs. So I do steal little lovin's while we're driving. And when I stop, he does not follow my hand over and ask for more lovings like a dog naturally would do when you stop petting them. He is not allowed to touch the driver. He stays in his seat. So we're ready to go out and go into an establishment. So from the passenger side of the car, I lift him and put him on the ground. I do not allow him to jump out, and he can easily jump out, but I do not want that to be a habit. The habit is that he stays in the car until I get him out. When he gets older, I will allow him to jump out once I have the leash on, but right now I'm teaching him he never jumps out of the car. Right now he's exhausted, so this is dog talk. He has his back to me. Normally when he goes into a crate, now this is not his crate, this is a strange crate, but normally when he goes into a crate, he's facing the opening of the crate. He is so tired, he's literally saying, don't ask anything of me. This is his communication to me, and I get it. Because I watch the dog, I know the dog, and this is the kind of bond that you should have with your dog, that when he speaks to you in his language, that you actually get it. The way you get the kind of relationship that I'm talking about with your dog is to spend time, just a few minutes every day, 5-10 minutes. This is not a long time. But do it without your other dogs if you have other dogs, and do it without, this is a really intimate connection that I'm trying to get here. So I do it alone with the dog, just me and the dog. I know, sweetheart, I know you're tired and you want to get down. Said my sweet boy. And what I do is I look into his eyes. Sweet boy. It's okay. I'm so proud of you. I really am. You did so good today. You were amazing. You were absolutely amazing, and I love you. Mwah! I love you. You're so special. You're my special boy. You're the best boy in the whole world. Yes, and I know you're so tired. I do. I do. So I'm going to put you down, and I'm going to talk to the peeps while you sleep. So spend a few minutes every day just nurturing that relationship, speaking to your dog, feeling emotions about your dog. Those emotions have a scent to them. So when I'm happy, and I say, you make me so happy, it isn't that he understands the word happy, it's that he smells the chemical that my body produces when I feel happy. And all the emotions have a different smell. Happy has a smell, disappointment has a smell. He totally knows when I'm disappointed in him. So you cannot fool your dog. That's the most amazing thing about dog. When I'm washing his bowl, I just think in terms of, I'm going to feed him, and this is going to nourish his body, and this is my part of the job, is providing the food, because he can't provide, his own food. And it gives me joy to feed him healthy things, and I add little chicken to his kibble and things like that, and it makes me feel good. but all of that energy goes into that food, into the washing of the bowl. Little rituals that we have at night. I put all my dogs in a line, and one by one, I have treats that they all love, and one by one I call their name, and the others have to wait while I treat the one dog. They look forward to that. If I'm tired and I just think, oh, I'm going to skip it tonight and I go to bed, they let me know. Hello, you forgot about the little treat lineup? So rituals, they love rituals. Consistency, you have to be able to be consistent with your dog so that they can depend on you and trust you. The successful relationship between my dogs and myself depends on two things, maybe more, but at least two things. The foundation, let me say, is trust and respect. He trusts me and respects me, but I trust and respect him. That's the key, is that it's got to be mutual. I don't look down at him. I don't feel that I own him. I feel that we're partners, equal partners. And I don't see him as less than because he's a species of a dog. I see him as equal. And that's why I can get the dogs to do the things for me, is because I trust and respect that they are going to bring to the table what I have taught them. And because they trust and respect me, they do it. So it's absolutely wonderful. The relationship grows and it blossoms, and you'll know things about your dog that other people don't know about their dog as a result of this kind of a relationship. It's so rewarding. And after all, the reason you got a dog was to have a companion and a relationship, right? So work on the relationship.